How's it going out there, K County Accountability? Coming at you guys today. I received some information this weekend from an individual, which thank you so much for sending this stuff out to me. I still don't have very many answers, but allegedly, this man. That's a picture from my very first video I ever made that I ever posted. His name, he was a lieutenant for the Ponca State Police Department. His name is Fabian Porter. Okay, and from the information I received, he was let go from the Ponca State Police Department, which I did call and confirm that he is no longer employed with the Ponca State Police Department. However, they won't release information yet on what he was released for, from duty. But the individual that sent me this information stated that, from what they know, he was released for allegedly making a racial slur. As to whether that is the case or not, I don't know for sure yet. I don't have the facts on that. The only facts I do have is that he is no longer employed by the Ponca State Police Department. So, guys, myself and Oklahoma Community Watch are going to look into this and see what's going on. Also, guys, I wanted to come at you guys and give you a little reading about, my last video, or, about my court hearing and stuff, that, I have idiots like Dual OK and other people come onto my stuff and try to state these laws that I absolutely destroyed Dual OK because he was trying to state a Washington State Supreme Court ruling that to be considered press, you need an LLC. However, that was ruled on by Washington State Supreme Court, not by a Circuit District Supreme Court. And in the state of Oklahoma, I have found a law, a statute, Oklahoma State Statute, Title 12, Civil Procedure, subsection 2506, Journalist Privileges. Okay, this is Oklahoma. Okay, so if you're not from Oklahoma, look up your laws, see if you can find, journalist definition in your state or anything like that. This is just for Oklahoma. And under this state title or statute, definition of a journalist means any person who is a reporter, photographer, editor, commentator, journalist, correspondent, announcer, or other individual regularly engaged in obtaining, writing, reviewing, editing, or otherwise preparing news for any newspaper, periodical, press association, newspaper syndicate, wire service, radio or television station, or other news service. Any individual employed by any such news service in the performance of any of the above-mentioned activities shall be deemed to be regularly engaged in such activities. However, journalists shall not include any governmental entity or individual employed thereby engaged in official governmental information activities. Okay? That is the definition of a journalist under Oklahoma state law. And it has been determined that YouTube is a news source. That it has been determined that majority of individuals gather their news from social media. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, things like that. That people are looking into getting their news and stuff from these sources instead of from the mainstream media. Because the mainstream media has proven they are false, they lie, and they, are basically politicized. There's news stories that I have even given to News Channel 4 in Oklahoma. They still haven't done anything, they haven't reported, I haven't seen one news article from News Channel 4, from Channel 5, from Fox 25 in Oklahoma City. None of these news channels have reported on the fact that there's a man about to go on trial that worked for 3B Bail Bond in Ponca City, Oklahoma, and was operating without a license to be a bounty hunter and has 18 counts of kidnapping and 2 charges of operating without a license. I haven't seen that in the news, That's weird. Guess what we did see about Ponca? Oh, a name change for the Pioneer Woman Museum. Wow, that's such a big news story. Why doesn't News Channel 4 go through and look at our corrupt mayor, Homer Nicholson, that from the time he took over in 2007, which, guys, you can go look and, look it up and see the graphs of his predecessor, it was level crime rate. Soon, 2007, as soon as Homer Nicholson came into office, boom, and it's just been like that since. Why don't they do a news story on that? How a mayor is ruining Ponca City. I mean, they just, it's awful. So we have to get our news now from social media places, YouTubes, things like that. And so, guys, I got a little bit more information, okay? Because somebody on here keeps trying to tell me that judge isn't bound by constitutional law. However, U.S. Constitution, Article 3, the judicial power shall extend to all cases, okay? And then, our U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and judges are bound thereby. Okay? Judges cannot go against any constitutional law. Okay? And, like, somebody trying to say that I'm not allowed a jury trial under the Sixth Amendment. However, let's read the Sixth Amendment. In all criminal prosecutions, it's exactly what it states, the very first line of the Sixth Amendment. The accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. That's any and all criminal prosecutions. Does not matter the length of the what you'll get. It doesn't matter. It's in all criminal prosecutions. It's exactly what the Sixth Amendment states. Okay? And then, let's go from there, guys. I've been doing a lot of research and stuff and different things. Let's go with Buchanan v. Worley. Okay, 245 U.S. 60, 1917. All right. The police power of state must be exercised in subordination to the provisions of the U.S. Constitution. Okay, let's go with Boyd v. U.S., Byers v. U.S. Okay, because they both state pretty much the same thing. Boyd v. U.S., 116 U.S. 616. Byers v. U.S., 273 U.S. 2832, 1927. It is the duty of the courts to be watchful for the constitutional rights of the citizens and against any stealthy encroachments thereon. That's the responsibility of the courts, to make sure that your constitutional rights are not violated. All right, guys, let's go with Chicago Motor Coach v. Chicago. All right, and Laguerre v. Chicago, because both of these state, and Boone v. Clark, these all three state the same thing. The use of the highways for the purpose of travel and transport is not a mere privilege, but a common and fundamental right of which the public and the individual cannot be rightfully deprived. Okay? Now, let's go with Connolly v. Union Sewer Pipe Company. With regard particularly to the U.S. Constitution, it is elementary that a right secured or protected by that document cannot be overthrown or impaired by any state police authority. Okay? How about Hurtado v. California? The state cannot diminish rights of the people. Due process of law is process of law according to the law of the land, i.e. the U.S. Constitution, as exercised within the limits prescribed and interpreted according to the principles of common law. All right, guys, we're going to go with Hale v. Henkel. This is a very important one. We are of the opinion that there's a clear distinction between an individual and a corporation. The individual may stand upon his constitutional rights as a citizen. He is entitled to carry on his private business in his own way. His power to contract is unlimited. He owes no duty to the state. He owes no such duty to the state, since he receives nothing therefrom beyond the protection of my life and property. His rights are as such as existed by the law of the land long and antecedent to the organization of the state, and can only be taken from him by due process of law in accordance with the Constitution. All right, Miller v. U.S. The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime. This, guys, fits with my misdemeanor charges I'm facing for obstruction, for willfully disrupting, disturbing, interfering with city-state business. Miller v. U.S. states that a constitutionally protected activity cannot be moved into a crime, cannot be construed as a crime. It cannot be converted into a crime. All right, Miranda v. Arizona. We all know about the Miranda rights, okay? This is where, all right? Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which abrogate them. That means that there cannot be any rulemaking or legislation that goes against the Constitution. Thompson v. Smith, the right of the citizen to travel is not a mere privilege, but a common right, which he has under the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay, our right to travel, okay, is a right. It is not a privilege. Okay, and officers will try to tell you, oh, it's a privilege. Bullshit. It's been established in case law that no, our right to travel on public roadways is a right, not a privilege. U.S. versus Bishop. Regarding criminal elements to be proven, willfulness is one of the major elements defined as an evil motive or intent to avoid a known duty under the law. Which means, for you to be committing a criminal offense, you have to be willfully doing said and knowing that you are violating that crime. They say ignorance is not a defense. However, under U.S. v. Bishop, sure seems that way. All right, guys. And then now I'm going to go into, it's called American jurisprudence. Okay, it is basically what majority of attorneys, lawyers, judges, all that have gone to school and read. You know, this is a law book, okay? This is the American Jurisprudence 2D, first edition, Constitutional Law, Section 329, page 1135. The right of a citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly... Really? I'm trying to do something here. And while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights, he will be protected not only in his person, but in his safe conduct. All right? If nothing I did, you know, if supposed this improper turn I supposedly made, did that violate anybody's rights when I did that? Did anybody get hurt? Really, what? Did anybody get hurt? No. Is there a victim? No. Is there any damage to property? No. So, it's unlawful. Okay. I mean, guys, you can go to 25 American Jurisprudence, first edition, Highways, section 427, page 717. And it defines terms of travel and traveler. All right? And you can go to Black's Law Dictionary, fourth edition. Definitions of motor vehicle, driver, and license are stated. All right, and then let's go with 16 American Jurisprudence, 2D, Section 70. No public policy of a state can be allowed to override the positive guarantees of the U.S. Constitution. 16 American Jurisprudence, 2D, Section 177, late 2D, Section 256. The general misconception is that any statute passed by legislatures bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. Does not, guys. Does not. Okay, and you can go to 16 American Jurisprudence 2D, Section 260, and gives you the right to travel. I mean, guys, it's blatant in the law books that they've studied, you know, to become who they are, you know, in the positions they are. It's all in there, and it all states that we have a constitutional right, okay, not a privilege, but a constitutional right to travel freely without impediment. It's there, but they don't follow it. So, guys, take care. You know, this is just for educational purposes. Don't, you know, do your own research. Look it up. Look up these, you know, what I've stated, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So, guys, always, you know, take care. Always film the police. They're not on your side. No matter what, they're not your friends. So always be wary and be careful. Love you guys.